Hey guys, I'm back with a new video today. In today's video, I'm checking out some more Noah's Heart. In today's video, I'm going to be checking out the classes, which class is best to use, or the weapons, whatever you guys want to call it, because you can switch weapons in this game. Which class or weapon is good for PvE, leveling up, end game, PvP, and so on. I did some research in the different discords and Reddit, and watched some videos on it. So hopefully this video guys can help you guys out. I am playing on LDPlayer, the emulator, and I feel like the game is very smooth on the emulator. So if you guys want to check it out, use my link in the description to get the game through LDPlayer. But let's check out the game. Now I am here the class selection screen, or the weapon selection screen, whatever you guys want to call it, and we're in the sword and shield. Now you guys know I picked sword and shield from the start because I'm more of a tank type of player. When I play MMO, I like to have being able to output some DPS, but also have a lot of tanking ability where it has high defense and can take a lot of damage. But the tank is overall a very good, decent class. It doesn't wow in any way, except of course having high defense. It has like a good it has good defense stats. It can unleash a little bit damage. It's a little bit slower than the other classes, even though it says the attack speed is very high, but is slower than the other classes, like for example DualBlades. But if you're used to playing tank in most games, it will be helpful. Now the game, at the start of the game, leveling up, most of the content is very easy. Let's be honest, you can probably auto play it and auto combat through most of the content until you reach level 60. But when you get to the end game content, then you want to think about what class or what weapon you guys want to use. Now the tank will get more useful, or the sword and shield, sorry I keep calling it a tank. Sword and shield will get useful later on in the game, where you have to fight harder, stronger PvE monsters, and it would be good in like mass PvP, and it can do pretty decent in 1v1s too, but there are better classes overall for 1v1s. And you like to be up close to the boss, right? To tank, or the sword and shield is always up close to the boss, dealing damage, you know, aggroing the boss, taking a lot of hits. So if that's your type of class to play, check it out. But at the start of the game, I highly advise you guys to probably play some other class which a little bit higher DPS, because it is not the highest DPS. And what is really nice about this game is the phantoms, right? I will make a full phantom list and a tier list if you guys are wondering what phantom is the best. But the nice thing about this game is if you're playing sword and shield and you're lacking some damage, you guys can have a phantom that can deal more damage. That's probably what you guys want to go for. Or if you want to become like a super tank, you can have like a defensive phantom to become like a super big tank barrier, right? But if you, in my opinion, I would go for like a damage dealing phantom combined with the sword and shield. Works out really good. Like a healing type phantom is good too. Next up, we have the DualBlades. Now the DualBlades is a high fast attacking class. Now if you guys are used to play assassin type, as you guys can see, the attack speed is very high. The DualBlade is the way to go. Now it's very fun to play at the start of the game when you're leveling up, because you deal a lot of damage. It's high, good damage for PvE overall. It's very good for end game too. PvE is usually, I think it's the fastest attacking so far melee class that you guys can get. And overall, if you guys are going for like a melee DPS class, or a DPS class overall that's good for everything, go for the DualBlade. It's very fast and good in PvP. However, it's very hard and difficult to master the combos in PvP, so that's why you guys see the difficulty is pretty high. However, if you guys master it, you guys can do some crazy combos, like combos. If you guys watch my PvP video, you guys will know the combos on the assassin last for a long time. They can put you up in the air, throw you around, do crazy fast attacks, you know, get out very fast. But overall, does good damage in PvP. And if I had a phantom, DualBlade phantom, I don't know what I would actually go for. It's kind of hard because you're kind of squishy. You kind of want some kind of defense, but being able to unleash that much damage, maybe add on another phantom that does even more damage, and you'll become like full house powerhouse by just unleashing damage. So you guys will see some assassins topping like the damage meters at the start of the game. Overall, it's a very fun class to play. Next up, we have the lance. Now the lance, or the spear, the spear is a little tricky because it is pretty slow to play, and it has like a low mid-range, kind of difficult to understand and play this class. But this class is very good for PvP. If you're playing 1v1 fights, PvP fights, you're gonna have a great time with this class. It has it has like some good charge skills if you master it correctly. Throw people in the air, do unleash some really good damage overall. So it's overall a very fun class to play. A lot of people don't want to play polearm or spear or lance, whatever you guys want to call it, but the people that actually switched to this class have only said positive things about it, because it's kind of unique to play a lance. The closest thing you get to like a two-hander in most games is the lance, it's the lance, it's a polearm. So I think you guys can have a good time and fun playing with the polearm. Can do some good damage, good CC overall, but it's kind of slow like end game wise. If you are looking to do some good damage, you're gonna be up close to the boss, but you're not gonna be as fast and movement wise like the dual swords, and you won't have the tanky defensive abilities like the sword and shield. But PvP wise, you guys are gonna have a really fun with this class. Next up, the only actual range class you guys have in this game, which is the bow. Now the bow, of course, I don't know why the range is only 2 stars. Maybe they're gonna add like a new class will have even more range. But if you guys are looking for a range class in this game, if you guys are used to playing mage or archer ranger, this class is probably for you. It's really fun to play because you're not up close to the boss ever. You're standing far away, you're not taking a lot of damage. There will be stuff for you to dodge, but mainly you have a lot of range and you can stay far away from your enemy. And in mobile MMOs especially, having range is very useful in most games. So you guys can have a lot of fun with the bow class and have a great time with it. So definitely check out the bow. It does actually decent in PvP too, but I wouldn't advise it like your PvP option. I think when it comes to like mass PvP with a lot of people versus a lot of people, the bow can do very good because you can stand far away, do some shots, get away a little with your mobility. But it's really good overall for PvE, end game, and PvP. So you can't go wrong with it unless you're like super competitive PvPer who likes winning 1v1s. Then probably don't go for the bow. But overall, other than that, it's a very useful weapon to use for everything. So that's why I would advise you guys to check out the bow. So going through the classes really fast, we have the sword and shield, good defensive, does decent damage, will be useful for you guys for a PvE end game and maybe a little bit of PvP. You have the dual swords, which is overall very good, good for early game and good for end game, and a beast for PvP. It will do fast attacks, assassin style, hard to master though, very difficult class to master, but once you master it, put enough time, you can have fun with it. Polearm is more of a PvP class, but is also, like when I say it's not useful PvE, it is. It's just not as good. You can still make it work, you can still have fun with it, and you can still be a beast. It's all about phantom you're using too, right? So you guys want to combo your phantom with your class and make like a good combo out of it, because phantoms are very important in this game. Then you have, of course, have the bow, which is like a range demon, only range demon. Stay far away from the enemy, stay far away from the boss, and unleash some good damage. So that are the classes. Now let me show you guys my class. Here's my class. You guys can see okay, you guys can't see anything here, but she looks good, but that's not the point. Okay, I just want to show you guys the LDPlayer a little bit. The game feels very smooth while playing on the LDPlayer. It has some really good mechanics. It makes, like, if you guys are into like competitive combat, LDPlayer is very good for it because you can right click and you can move the camera better than you can do with the PC client. But my class that I have chosen is the sword and shield. I think I'm using the dual swords now because I was checking them out, because you can put like different career points into different things and make like different builds. But I'm going to be using the sword and shield for now because that's the way to go. But I really want to check out the spear. I think I'm going to have a good time with the spear overall. But that is it for today's video. Hopefully this helped you guys out. I hope you guys find the class or weapon that you guys want to use. If not, you can always switch and find a better option. Let me know if this video helped you guys out, and if you have any more info on the classes, let me know in the comments below. I will be making a phantom tier list and more videos on Noah's Heart, so make sure you give me a thumbs up, make sure you guys subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy, guys.